So here we've got a sort of a composite 3D shape. So we use our divide and conquer approach. We identify the parts. So clearly up the top here we have a cylinder, and down the bottom we have a rectangular prism. Okay, so we want to find the total volume of this solid. So what we need to do is we need to break it up into parts. What we're going to do is we're going to find the volume. Just find the volume of the cylinder, and I just write capital V little cyl for cylinder. The volume of a cylinder is pi r squared times by its height. So again, we just did an example before. We need the area of the base, which is pi r squared the circle, times by the height, 12 centimeters. So given the radius is 5, so let's substitute the 5 in for the radius, and then we times it by the height of the cylinder. We get 12. In fact, that's the same numbers from the previous question, and the answer to that will be in cubic centimeters. I think that's identical to the previous one, so I've still got the answer there in my calculator, 942.48. Okay, now we want to work out the volume. The volume of the, let's do this rectangular prism. So the rectangular prism, again, we can talk about most people know the formula is just the height times the length times the width times the height. Actually, what's the significance of these little, let me highlight that again. You see these little, what we call tick marks. What's the significance of that? These. I'll use green. There's one there, one there. So hopefully you might recognise that and say, well, what they're saying is those lengths are all the same. So what that means is, let's write it on our diagram. Let's use a different colour. I'll use red. This length here is 16, so let's say that's the length, and that means this length here is 16. So all these side lengths are equal, they're the same. So to work out the actual volume here, again, if we use it, it's a prism, so if we want to work out a base, there's a base there. There's actually multiple ways we could do that. We could choose some other sides to be the base. That base area, so I'm just going to go volume. Just get a thicker pen. That'll do. Volume of the prism is going to be the base times the height. The base here, that length there is 6, this length 16, so the area of this base is 16 times 6, just the area of a rectangle. And then we're going to times it by this 16 here. We're calling that length the height. A lot of other people have just seen this formula as just length times the width times the height. Okay, just for a rectangular prism. So in the end, 16 times 16 times 6, go to our calculator. We get 1536. and that's centimeters, cubic centimeters. Pen's playing up. So the total, I'll just write a little line here, the total is the volume of the cylinder plus the volume of the prism. So just label the different numbers we calculate, good communication. So we end up with 942.448 plus 1536. A lot of problems with the pen here. Okay, we're almost there. And let's just go to our calculator. Add them together. There it is, plus 942.48 equals 2,478. Okay, eventually got there. So you should try some now from the textbook where you got composite 3D objects. See if you can try a couple from the textbook. See how you go.